Hey you, how's it going? So today's video was suggested to me by Abby because originality is dead and my creativity is completely gone, so I need help coming up with video ideas. All joking aside, she suggested that I do this thing called 30 before 30. It's essentially a gigantic bucket list of things that you want to do before you reach the age of 30. The rules are they can't be things that you've already done, but they can be pretty much anything from knee sliding in a museum to moving to a different country. So the possibilities are endless. Before I get into what's on my list, I want you to write down your 30 things that you want to do before you're 30. Send them to me, either film a video or write down a list and screenshot it. Send it to me on Twitter @Rubes. Okay, so number 1, attend Leeds Fest or Glastonbury or something like that, a multi-day festival. It's something that I've never done before, something that I'd really like to do. Music journalist, love gigs, but I've never been to a multi-day festival, so Leeds Fest. Number 2, go to a Pride event. Never been to a Pride event. Really wanted to go to Leeds Pride many times. I was going to go a few years ago, but I ended up being ill on the day, so I never went. Want to go and, protest my right to exist. Number 3, adopt a cat. I love cats. Really want a cat of my own. My family have had 4 cats across my lifetime. Sooty, Sweep, Guinness and Diamond, but never had a cat of my own. I've just smushed them all the time. 4, finish and publish my book. I've been writing a book for nearly a year now, and granted progress has taken a halt whilst I've been doing uni work, but I'm really excited for the finished product. I want to get it out there. 5, present on a radio station that has actually paid me to be there. Now you probably know I'm the station manager of Radio Hood. I have a show, Rubes Off Camera, 1 till 2, Fridays, radiohood.com, tune in. But what I really want to do is actually be a radio presenter as a full-time job, and to do that I need to, be paid, and I want to do that. 6, go on a holiday myself. I've been on holidays with my family, I've been on holidays with school, never been on a holiday with friends or, I haven't actually technically been on a holiday since 2010. It's now 2018. I think one's overdue, just a bit. 7, assemble a photo album. I spent quite a while a few weeks ago printing off a load of photos, mostly because I'm stupid and don't actually know how to print off photos using one of those kiosk things. Assembling a photo album, great way to feel nostalgic, great way to be sentimental, great way to look back at memories that I've made. And that's what I want to do. 8, learn how to cook properly. Since moving out, the most advanced thing that I've learned how to cook is cooking fajitas, and all that is just chicken, peppers, and a few spices and stuff. What I want to do is learn how to cook so that if I were to, host a dinner party, I could be like, yeah, I cooked all 3 courses and they are not just things that I've just stuck in the oven and heated up. But I would probably serve fajitas, because fajitas are nice. 9, go to a fancy restaurant. Since moving out, I've been to fancy restaurants, but they've always been paid for by family. I've been for a special occasion. Either way, it hasn't been a case of me choosing to go out. It's been a case of special occasions coming up, let's go out. Never just a case of, let's go and have some fancy food. 10, attend a Coventry game. I've never attended a Coventry City game, by which I mean not with my granddad or with my father. I'm a massive Coventry fan, and I'd like to go and see him. What can I say? 11, completely contrasting with number 10, see a musical on the West End. There's quite a few out there that I'd really like to see. Les Mis, Wicked, School of Rock, Lion King. It's just a totally different experience to seeing something in the cinema or listening to the soundtrack from it. So I'd really like to go and see something. 12, work at a different job. I've been at the same job for the last 5 years now. I enjoy it, but nothing's really changed since starting there other than my shifts. I'm gonna have to leave eventually. Please don't fire me for saying that. 13, finish facial hair removal. I started facial hair removal years ago, but on the NHS you only get a certain amount of sessions, and I used them all up and haven't had the money to fund the rest of the hair removal, so I'd like to not have to shave my face every few days. 14, get out of my overdraft. I've been in my overdraft since I paid my rent money back in January, and that's not good. That's not good at all. So yeah, I would kind of like to pay off that money so that I can, feel better financially. 15, live in Manchester or Leeds for at least a month. Manchester, Leeds, they've got great music scenes, great venues, and it'd just be a change to living in Huddersfield. I've lived in Huddersfield since I was 3 or 4. It'd be cool. Different experiences, different lifestyles, further away from parents, so there's more of like a feeling of being independent. 16. Attend a Summer in the City weekend. Summer in the City, one of the biggest YouTube conventions in the world. It's the biggest YouTube convention in the UK. I'd really like to go. I've never been, and I've seen loads of vlogs from it, loads of pictures, loads of things that have happened from it. And it'd be cool. It'd be a great way to meet a lot of the people that influenced me. 17. Acquire a boy or girlfriend. Kinda simple. Never been in a relationship properly. Had a dabble with dating in November, December. Would kind of like to go further than that with someone at some point before I'm 30. If not, at least I'll have my cat. 18. Learn to drive. Wanting to go into radio, there's going to be a lot of travelling, and it would just give me the opportunity to travel anyway, like without having to look up bus journeys or train routes, paying for taxis who are just going to ask me what gender I am. 19. Join a gym. I don't look like the kind of person that would. Apparently working out and exercising improves mental health. I could do with that. Makes you a lot better fitness wise. I could do with that. 20. Start doing yoga. My friend Tom has been telling me to do yoga for years, and I just keep kind of putting it off. Like with the gym, it's supposed to make you feel good, it's supposed to make you look good. It just kind of gets you in touch with yourself. 21. Attend a gig in a foreign country. So many times I've seen bands that I really like announce tours in Europe or America or somewhere else, and I've just thought, what if? Because there's bound to be a different type of gig etiquette in a different country. There's a different gig etiquette on different sides of the Pennines. You go to a gig in Leeds, it's completely different to a gig in Manchester. Although you do still hear the Yorkshire, Yorkshire, Yorkshire chant in Manchester sometimes. And that's just weird, because I'm not in Yorkshire. 22. Read the Game of Thrones books. I started watching Game of Thrones last year. Really enjoyed it. And I thought, there's a lot more to it than the TV series. Read the books, because books are cool for the watch. 23. Buy an iMac. I have a MacBook Pro 2015 edition. But an iMac would just be a lot more better because it has a bigger hard drive, which means I can do better processes on it. It also means that I can set up a station to actually work at with it, as opposed to doing work wherever. 24, one that's going to be coming up soon. Graduate university with at least a 2-1. I finished second year 0.5% off of first, and I'd really like to either make it a first or keep the same level of grade that I just had. Aim high. 25. Attempt a Harry Potter marathon. All the films in as short amount of time as possible. It's worth it. 26. Have an article I write published on a third-party site. I wrote an article for a magazine a few weeks ago, but it hasn't been published. What I would really like to do is have an article that I write actually be published on someone else's website, because I can control anything that I put up. If someone else puts it up, then that means that they think it's good as well. 27. Watch all the movies I currently own on DVD and Blu-ray. I have a ton of movies. I've bought many movies across my life. There's quite a few that I still haven't actually watched, and what I would like to do is watch everything that I own, so I can be like, that one's my favourite, that one's my least favourite, that one I wish I hadn't bought, that one I'm so glad I bought. 28. Get a cat-related tattoo. I've got plenty of tattoos. There's one. And I really want to get one related to cats because A, I've had 4 cats. I want more cats, and just cats are just something that can cheer me up no matter what has happened in my life. Just a cool cat tattoo would be amazing. 29. Start a podcast. I like making any sort of media. Podcasts would be cool because it's a very long form sort of media. I can talk about things and hopefully people will listen. And it just gives you the creative freedom that you don't really get with videos. You can do almost anything with audio. Audio is perhaps an even better thing because you have to actually work to get the audience to appreciate what you're doing. Whereas with a video, you've got visuals as well. And 30, put together a gig scrapbook. I've got a friend that does this, and I've still got all the tickets from the gigs that I went to that had physical tickets. And I've got photos from most of them too. So that'd be pretty cool. Similar to the photo album I want to make, it would be just another way to reflect and be sentimental. Cool, so that was my 30 before 30. I've got a gig to go to tonight, so I'm going to end this here. Like I said, write down your 30 before 30, send me it, let me know. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I shall see you whenever. I've been Ruby Price, adios, bye.